Ladies and gentlemen, episode 5 of Surreal Talks podcast. My guest today is John in the picture, and Josh, who is behind the camera with his own microphone. Josh, say hi.
Hi.
There he is. Josh chooses not to be on camera today with us, but it's okay. We forgive him.
By choice.
You related yourself to being Neo when Neo first wakes up and he throws up and he just can't take it because the truth is too much. I feel like that's where a lot of people are at right now. Some are mid swallowing the red pill. I don't think a lot of people are ready to take the red pill that they say that they are, because the rabbit hole goes a lot deeper than you think. Being on camera is a weird fucking thing. It's like my whole physical essence is being captured by something that could be viewable to anybody at any time if it's on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucking weird.
It's like not a person, but a person is watching it right now.
Right. Like it's capturing this moment and then you're going to be watching it in a future time.
So like shout out to you.
Whoever you are. I genuinely want to know what you're going to do. What do you think they're doing? In, bro. You want to caress the mic. And this microphone is capturing.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, so you're just being silent.
We haven't gotten into anything.
I feel alone right now.
Don't be alone.
No, that's how I feel, though, because you haven't been communicating like this close.
I see. Okay.
Get it?
We like the intimacy.
Right.
I'm getting used to the breathing with it because it's hard to like take a big breath.
Very
yeah,
light.
exactly. I kind of get like winded.
But if you're gonna take a breath, pull out.
Yeah.
But come back. Yeah, the audience don't want to fucking hear us breathe. Josh is like, what the fuck is going on right now?
All right, so one of the main videos that I watch is chiropractic stuff
On YouTube?
Yeah, I get a lot of inspiration and wonder, and I learn a lot.
Yeah, I've been to a chiropractor this time last year. I was going to one. I love the neck cracking.
Yeah,
I was like, crack me again. That shit feels good.
a cool explanation that I learned it was
Speak into the fucking mic.
I think you can hear just fine.
No, now you're good.
No, like I'm talking like this. This is audible.
They want to feel our fucking
You gotta
energy.
tongue it a little bit.
Yeah, tongue it a little bit, you know, like get really close. We want to merge root chakras, basically.
We're merging.
Yes,
Merging.
exactly. That's what it is.
Imagining the color red
That's what I'm doing.
surrounding us.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that.
Breathing in this pulsing red color.
Oh my God, if somebody's driving right now, they're like swerving because they can't tolerate it because it's so good. They're like, I gotta pull over. I gotta fucking hug a tree.
Feeling the
You ever put your
earth,
balls
strong
up to
earth.
a tree?
I mean, I climbed a tree naked before, so I guess.
Okay, I haven't yet, but I would. I definitely would.
We should do it.
John, what is spiritual awakening?
Like the awareness of how far out this existence is. I feel
Right.
like that would pretty much be the extent of it, because from there it just gets like weirder and weirder, and I feel like once you start to see some shit in life, it's kind of just, it's a trip.
Yeah. Is it that complicated though? I don't think it should be that complicated. Spiritual
No,
awakening.
that's why I don't think it is at all. I think it
Like, what the fuck does
that's
it
like
mean?
being like a little open to seeing life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think a decent part of it is like relaxing enough.
Right, in the heart, in the moment, just being totally fucking raw right here, right now.
Yeah.
Like
and
your
then
root
like
chakra.
not like even trying to do that, but relaxing our bodies so much that we're just in a state where we're receiving our environment, and we get to easily interact.
In here, John. That's where I want to hear you.
I could hear myself.
No, but you can't. There's no bass to it. We're only 25 minutes in. We barely woke up the world.
That's literally like 2,500 times longer than the average attention span, though.
No, we are not gonna fucking be able to capture an attention span with what we've performed tonight. So far, anyway. Maybe we should go for a run around the block, smack each other in the face 3 times, and then come on. What do you think?
You have to do it naked.
Naked.
Or only in shirts, actually. Just wear those shirts. No pants.
All right, I'm fine. Donald Duckett. Just this shirt. I forgot I was wearing a purple shirt.
It's nice.
That's why I said it.
This is going nice.
We're hanging out.
The people are probably wondering what this is behind us. What is it?
This here is a Bridgeport milling machine
Mm-hmm.
with a duplicator attachment
Well,
on there.
hydraulic-y.
No hydraulics.
Oh. Mm.
Pretty mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Throw out a topic for us, Josh.
And if you're gonna do a punt, like you gotta at least stay with something.
Okay.
Like if we just went to that and then
Right.
we like.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
If we're, yeah.
What is your message to humanity for everybody listening right now?
You have to breathe and stretch, and like stretch and breathe at the same time, and drink water, and positive affirmations for ourselves, and then attempt to be nice to people. I feel like if that would go pretty far away. Yeah.
You heard it. I feel like a lot of people are at a place of total confusion. And it's like, what else do they have? What else do they have to look forward to in their life right now? And what's been helping me in my own sanity, aside from the breathing and the sitting down and the yoga and the praying, is following my fucking passion. Was my passion, this podcast, music. That's what helps me, like, achieve more of a state of, like, okay, I feel empowered in my life. I don't give a fuck what comes from it, but I'm enjoying it. And I love fucking doing it. I'm not doing it for any other ulterior motive. And, who the fuck cares how it comes out? Like, your whole reality is changing in every moment anyway. So just fucking embrace it, go with it, and just see what comes out of it. Keep creating until you find it, until you find the sweet spot where you're like, all right, yeah. Like, I feel good in this, so I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels really good to feel good.
It does, I love it.
Yeah. Stretching.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's up, milkshake? And what's up?
All right. So shout out to fucking everybody if you're listening to this right now. I'm realizing every moment is a new moment to reshape the moment.
Every moment.
Literally
Is a new
every
moment.
fucking moment, dude.
Like a new moment.
Right. I
Like
know.
right now.
Literally, dude.
Like right now.
Right now. That's fucking wild.
Dude, like
It's just
right
like a new moment.
now.
Like every moment to create the moment. And it's always happening. To create the moment, dude. I don't want to create the moment in ways that I don't want to create the moment.
And like all we need to do is just reach a threshold where like everything's revealed on like the open news, or like we just like hack the TV stations and like start to just put out.
Imagine people turned on CNN and it was this.
Like massive messages to humanity about like
The moment.
the moment.
Yeah.
And
Basically, you create this moment however you want it to be.
Well, I don't really believe that.
Well, you shape it.
I mean, like you can have, for me, I feel like you can have a mental idea about what things are, but like for me, the life is kind of more what it is, and then we could try to do things to shape it. And so like it's not just like
Right. I see what you're saying. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. But I'm coming from the perspective of everything in your perception is first created from your heart source light. Like deep within you, before this perceptual reality comes into existence, it all comes from the source within you. You know, the source of the consciousness that perceives this moment in every moment. You are that, and therefore you could create within that this moment to appear in any way that you want it to appear as.
Sounds like drum below.
Yeah, because you're the creator.
Yeah.
And the creative source of life, call it God, it's within all of us. It's creating this present moment for us to exist.
Yep.
And I guess that's what I meant.
No, I mean, it makes sense. Is it like just meditating a bunch and then we can get to that point?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you have to meditate. You have to really sit there and breathe and go back to the source.
Like if I'm creating my reality and my world and you're also creating it and we're coexisting.
Yeah.
What about the parts that overlay and my plan fucks with your plan?
Yeah, I think that's part of being human and having our own subjective experience of the same consciousness that we all are. Does that make sense? Like, I'm having my subjective experience of consciousness through all the filters in my mind and my desires. Likewise, you are as well. But we're coexisting. We're sharing those realities. But that doesn't take away that we're the same source consciousness that creates this moment in its perception, in its purity. It's the purest perception of consciousness. Because consciousness doesn't really have form. It just is. It's self-aware. It's radiant. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to think of how life and our perspective can have just be so different. And so where we're coming from now could be drastically different than where we might be.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm always going to have that, like, understanding, though, that, like, the source of the consciousness is creating this present moment and it exists from within me. Like, that's always going to be a universal truth for me. You know, and I believe that's all loving. I think we could all touch God within ourselves. And I feel like we pretend that we think we can't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you.
Yeah, breathing definitely helps, though, for sure.
This is all science and everything. It's like studying the observable world.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my mind, it reaches a point where it just loops around. And then the only way to actually study any deeper is to close our eyes.
Yeah, that's the science. Is closing the eyes. If you're watching this right now and you're driving, don't try this. But if you're not, close your eyes right now and literally just look within. I'll do it with you. John will do it with you. Josh will do it with you. We'll all do it together. Just have a look inside and start to breathe and feel the space around your body. Feel the space in your body. And just breathe up and down the spine, up and down the chakras. And feel the center of your chest as the heart, the radiant source light. All at once, if you could do that. If you could fucking do that.
That's where I feel like it gets too complicated in having to think about any of that.
But you're not thinking. You're looking at it the way it is.
So none of that language, I feel like, though, is really like, that's all like
Reflective
fancy knowledge that we have now.
Right.
Whereas like the reality is the only thing going on is that we're breathing and our heart is pulsing, and like
Physically.
physically.
Right.
And so like in this moment, maybe like tuning into the sounds of our body and the sounds of the room,
Right. Yeah.
and then allowing our breath to do what it wants, but giving it full permission to like big exhales out and like really dump it all out.
Yeah, I think that's a physical like process. I know exactly what you're talking about, a physical process. But according to the yogis, you know, and how I was taught meditation, there's 3 layers of the human being. There's the physical, then the emotional, how you're feeling, then the mental, what you believe underneath all that, and then the consciousness that travels through all those layers. We want to focus back on the source of the consciousness through all those layers, but let those layers remain in balance in the physical world, and then we become liberated in that, because that's the feeling of divine love. This is what I've been taught. Have I achieved it yet 100%? No, I haven't.
So you're saying the heart is where it is?
Yeah, spiritual heart. That's in the causal body, the mental body.
Like physically in our chest, or physically?
Physically beyond the chest.
Yeah.
It goes beyond, like more inner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking into our third eye, I feel like that's often
Mm-hmm.
associated with connecting with God.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like different?
Yeah, so what I've been taught about that, and what I could kind of see for myself, is that the third eye is like your personal perception
Okay, yeah.
of consciousness, and you perceive with that. You could perceive non-physically, and like what's inside of you. It's just your own personal perception.
Deep
Yeah.
into the abyss.
Right. But I think in the void, when we get to the void, the light emerges. If we could embrace the void. Because I think what everybody really fears is eternal darkness. That's just my theory. I think that's what everybody kind of fears, is total separation, eternal darkness, never to exist again.
Sounds comforting.
It kind of does, actually, you know? And I think that's when the light comes and you're like, holy fuck. It's what people see when they die and they come back. They're like, fucking light was grand. I want to go back. I don't want to fucking go back to Earth. You know? I haven't experienced that in its entirety and consciously remembered it. But I believe it's there. I believe it's who we are. We just pretend that we don't know. It's like we're still waking up to it.
Yeah.
It seems that way anyway.
Dimethyltryptamine.
Oh, okay. That's the direction you want to go in.
I mean,
Dimethyltryptamine. It's produced most heavily at the time of death and when you're first born and when you dream at night in nice quantities, I think. I don't know the
yeah, I don't know
science
how
behind
much
that.
goes through on a regular basis. But a lot of people are having the experience and giving the window into just different states of consciousness.
Right.
Seems like people are evolving.
Yeah, it does seem that way. How you doing?
I love that shirt so much.
You like this shirt?
Yeah, I do.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Sometimes the way my life goes, I'm convinced that God hates me. But that's only when I'm not like living in harmony with myself. And I hate to admit that. I really do.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I feel that recently, like, just be like working on something and make some stupid mistake. And I would feel like genuine, it's like hatred to like my acts and like all of existence
Mm-hmm.
and like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say, what the fuck?
I know. I feel that.
And I have dismal, spirally feelings of darkness
Mm-hmm.
and doom.
Yeah. Dude, I've fucking cursed the shit out of God, dude, so many times in my life. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel that we're all one with God anyway. God is the source consciousness that gives us this opportunity to be human in the first place. So regardless, it is what we are at our core anyway. So it doesn't matter what you say about it. It really doesn't, because it is what it is.
Yeah, I think if you just keep repeating something, it might be a sign that that's like
Insanity.
Yeah.
Well, if you're expecting the same result.
And if you like persistently say like self-declaring things.
What do you mean? Like affirmations?
Yeah, but in a negative way of like, oh, I'm like really forgetful, or
yeah. Deformations.
I never like those.
Yeah.
Or, the type of things like that that become rooted.
Deformations. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Me? No, that's...
I made that up.
Yep.
Wow. It's all good because we're here right now. It's the moment.
It's the moment.
You know, we could think so fucking far outside of the present moment that we forget that we're creating this moment. That's the biggest trip.
Yeah.
And I think waking up to that you're creating this present moment is intimidating. So we want to pretend that we're not creating this moment because we want to keep, the patterns going because that's where we're comfortable.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they make it us like this.
Yeah.
School.
Yeah.
They're like, sit there.
Yeah.
We'll tell you.
Yeah.
And here we all are. We went through a whole shitload of school.
Absolutely.
Like forced to sit there, and then an alarm would go off and
Take
go
it
ding,
in.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I
and then
remember
our
that.
bodies would twitch.
Yeah.
And we'd get up and we'd march.
Yeah.
And we'd sit back down.
When you think about sex, what do you think? What comes to mind?
It's dangerous.
Why? All right.
In my life right now, I mean, sometimes you get a little impatient. I need a second to answer sometimes.
All right.
Maybe you should fast forward or something.
I'll edit it out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you again. When you think of sex, what comes to mind?
Glorious,
Mm.
amazing, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then also anxiety if not done in the safe manner.
Yeah.
And
You heard that.
strong human connection.
You heard that, ladies and gentlemen.
And my goodness, strong human connection is just...
Sex is a powerful force. That's why we're all here.
Every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Friction equals life.
But we were once all sperm cells. Do you know what I mean?
I mean...
That's wild.
And
we're
today...
walking sperm cells.
Yeah, like little tadpoles.
Yeah. Like we evolved. Like we were like spermy.
Yeah. The flower of life.
Yeah, what about it?
It's I was more like agnostic, kind of almost maybe atheist for a little bit. And then I learned about sacred geometry.
All right.
And even up to that point, I was like, the word sacred was pretty like, I didn't know what it meant, or like I didn't associate with it, because most things that I saw that were sacred were like statues or, the cross, but even I'll get there in a sec. Like, so learning of sacred geometry, I was skeptical, and the flower of life is made that if you take a circle and then you go onto a spot on that circle and then you make the same size circle and then go to where those two circles intersect on either both sides. You make another circle, and you just have to look it up if it's confusing. But the flower of life, and then 6 circles perfectly fit around one circle, and that's like a big basis to it. And then you just keep going in that same pattern, and like it's such a simple, silly, like little geometry fun thing. But then when you get it really big and start and like connect the dots, you get the platonic solids. So the flower of life is the fabric of reality.
Where is it? What does it come from?
For whatever reason, that shape of the circles fitting around it, it makes geometry that is seen everywhere in nature. That our bodies follow that same, the proportion that it makes. Like the Fibonacci sequence it comes from the flower of life. The way that waves crest over is the same proportion that trees grow, where the like branches sprout out. It's all associated and connected to the same geometry. And that was like one of the most far out things for me to learn. And I feel like it's one of the most unifying things of nearly all religions and everything is that even in all the texts, there's a lot of things that like go back and make sense even mathematically. So life is just far out like that.